Yeah, yeah, we are.
I think you should just eat your salad through this whole show. Hello, everyone.
Hello, welcome to the show that nobody asked for, but here we are.
Not a single person asked for it. And you know what they definitely didn't ask for? For us to be eating through the meal, through the, through the show.
I am eating a salad. I probably have salad, lettuce in my teeth. I haven't had time to eat today. It's been a crazy day. Crazy. And I'm finally eating something. And our guest on today's show is going to tell me that was a bad idea. I already know it.
She's probably she is. It. I hope she does.
Can't wait.
Listen, before we talk about our guest, let's do the show open, Jaimie. Here we go.
Say hi to us. Tell us you're here.
Yes.
Hi, Julie. It's the show that nobody asked for, the only reason that we shower. If these ovaries could talk is live right now.
I was trying to get you dancing, Jaimie. I was trying to get you dancing.
I was dancing. Oh, we got a TikTok coming up, people. As soon as I can make the video, we're doing a TikTok challenge.
I want to go on record as saying, hello, Emily. Oh, she voted for us. I want to go on record as saying, I said I would do the TikTok dance.
It was actually Robin's idea. She's actually giving me a lot of work because I have to do a certain kind of challenge and it requires a little bit of choreography. And actually, it's kind of a difficult video to make. So thank you, Robin.
You're welcome. And I'm stalling. I'm stalling by making Jaimie. I feel like the longer it takes, then I know that pushes the dance off. But we have a TikTok dance challenge coming.
Well, I have to find the right song. I need a good celebratory song. If you can think of a good celebratory song you can dance to. No rock. I don't want rock music. It's got to be something with a beat.
I was like, let's go straight up wedding party song, like Celebration. Like, come on now.
That one's not. It's not. No.
You're going to see some of these. I'm going to bust out some of these dance moves.
Actually, I think what we should do is you should choreograph it, and I'll.
Oh my God! First, let's do it this way, and then we do it Then I'll do one. We'll start. Oh, Emily's no longer just like a Facebook user. Okay, that's good.
So good. Your name's back.
All right. We have a guest today, so we don't want to like be too long with our
hot topic.
There you go, Jaimie.
That was good.
And by the way, I was supposed to chat with Jaimie beforehand, but I forgot if this was offensive to say Ellen's got the Rona. But
you didn't ask.
But I didn't ask. I forgot. But I said it. Guys, Ellen's
coronavirus.
Ellen's got the Rona. This is very upsetting. And like, how did she get it? And
this is you. The first time I heard about it was the text you sent me 3 hours ago. And the text said, Ellen's got the Rona.
Yes.
and I haven't had time to like read about it or not. I don't know anything about this. What is happening with Ellen? Is she okay?
She's okay. She is going to just take the rest of the year off and quarantine. And she said she's feeling okay. See you back in January.
What about Portia? How's Portia?
We don't have any information. This is breaking news.
We don't have any information on Portia. We don't have any information on Portia yet.
How
about the animals?
And we still don't.
We still don't. How about the animals? How about the animals?
Wait. Nope, we still don't.
Still.
All right. We do have a little housekeeping note for you. Order of business. Yes.
Look at me. I'm in a corporate job now. I got that low-hanging fruit. I know how to do this.
This felt very like you were grabbing genitals. I don't think that's appropriate. I don't know.
Oh God.
You're something with a cow, something with nuts.
Genitals. My 3-year-old is obsessed with his penis. Speaking of genitals, I don't know what to do about this.
I feel like there's no appropriate follow-up question for me. So I'm going to just go back to the live stream schedule and say, okay, next week was supposed to be our last live stream for the year. But what we want to also say, so this is kind of like two things at once. Next Thursday, we are going to be doing.
I like what you did there, Robin. That's funny.
Thanks, Jaimie. Ovaries and Eggs nog. And so this is going to be, it's really fun to say ovaries and eggs nogs.
Ovaries and eggs nogs. I love eggnog.
I do too. So basically, I do with rum.
A lot of people don't.
Well, those are stupid people.
Right. I agree.
So we're going to do a live stream next Thursday night at 7 p.m. And it is basically like Jaimie and I's holiday party. So we're doing it.
You know what else it is?
It's a fundraiser.
after
it's the
my
day of Jaimie's birthday. It's Ovaries, Eggs, Nogs, and Jaimie's birthday. And it's our holiday party. So we're going to be doing the live stream at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And during that time, we're going to be talking about holiday stuff. We're going to be drinking eggnog. We're going to encourage you to come. It's going to be via Zoom.
Drink eggnog yourself. Eggsnogs.
Eggsnogs, and it can be with rum or without. We respect both lifestyles.
We like you. Any way you come.
And what's great about it is what we've combined this with is it's going to be a fundraiser for the Trevor Project. So we wanted to do a holiday party, and we wanted to do like a little bit of like, how do we give some money to like a good organization? So you do not have to pay to come to listen to us talk about eggnog. But if you want to use this as a vehicle to give $5, $10 to the Trevor Project, whatever you feel like giving.
Tell them what the Trevor Project is, Robin. Tell them what it is for those who don't know.
It is a project that helps Trevor. No. They help
LGBTQ youth and homeless youth.
Yes.
It's a really, really worthy cause. And especially right now, I think they need our funds as whatever we can give.
Yes.
So hi, Amanda. Oh, look at the baby.
Oh, Amanda had the baby.
Yay. So, she's home.
So this is going to be a little bit of a fundraiser, but you don't have to pay. So we're going to be sending out the Facebook Evite information probably tomorrow, and then you can get the Zoom link and all that jazz and like where to donate. And then there won't be a live stream next Thursday or the next couple of weeks. We'll be back the top of January.
Just to be clear, that's taking the place of our live stream next Thursday, because if we had the live stream and the holiday party, you guys would be really sick of us, because I'm already sick of us right now. And we've only been talking for 6 minutes. That
is so much Jaimie and Robin. I mean, that's even more Jaimie and Robin than we can do. And that's...
You don't need all that. You don't need all that.
No, but not even for holidays. Nobody needs
all that.
Okay.
I have to tell everybody where I am. I'm not home, guys. I am not in my house during these COVID times right now. I am in a friend's apartment that happens to be vacant for a little while.
You're at the Transformation Center, Jaimie.
I told Ann that. I said, we should each take a turn and sleep the night at the Transformation Center. She was like, you should. Transformation Center. I said, clearly you haven't been listening to my episodes.
Yeah. And my friend Heather, whose house she was out of town for the most of the summer. We made her house the Transformation Center. Well, she moved back in, but another friend moved to Boston, kept her penthouse apartment with a roof deck. And she said it could make that our new Transformation Center. So guess what? Mary and I are going to get a babysitter in December, and we're going to spend a night away from the kids at the Transformation Center.
Who's going to watch your kids overnight? What?
We're going to get a babysitter. There's babysitters.
People do that overnight?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You can pay people to do anything. Yeah.
No.
Yes, Jaimie. Yes. We've done it. We've done it before.
My kids are too young.
No, they're not. All right. Okay. We need to bring in our guest. Now, I want to say...
This is a good one, guys.
Yeah, this is a good one. So, Jaimie, what were we talking about the pressure with the LGBTQ folks when they get pregnant? Tell them about that part.
Well, those of us who try to get pregnant the LGBTQ way, there's a little bit of pressure because we want it to happen quick because it costs us money. Most of the time, it's going to cost us a little bit. And so the longer it takes, the more money we are shelling out to make these babies. And then if we get into the infertility land, like I got into, it's a lot of money because then you really, really do need interventions. And so we thought that this guest, naturally Nora, was a great fit for you guys because she helps folks with what I
have that part written down, Jaimie.
Say it, not me.
You want to hear it? Well, she'll say more, but we invited her, and she helps women prepare their bodies for pregnancy and having a healthy baby after 30. She's a preconception health coach, a holistic nutritionist, and a yoga instructor, and she shares some of her secrets with Jaimie and Robin, or she's about to. Should we bring her in, Jaimie?
Anything you can do to get your body ready to get pregnant, I say do. If you really want to get pregnant. Hi, Nora.
Hello, everybody. Nice to see you. How are you?
Pretty good.
What we didn't say in the intro that we talked about in our little pre-chat is her name is Nora DeBora. And I think that's the greatest name in the history of all names.
It's a good name.
Well, hopefully you won't forget me now.
I don't think it's possible. So, all right, Nora, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, so I got into this is actually a second career of mine. I did an undergrad and started working, like I did an undergrad in psych and I did a postgrad in HR. And I actually started working in the corporate world in HR. And over many years, I had realized it just wasn't for me. And I've always been very much into movement. I grew up as a competitive dancer. I was very blessed to have a mom who cooked every single meal for me and my brothers from scratch. So I always got to eat healthy food growing up. Yes, I realize
Nice.
now in my adulthood how like grateful and appreciative I am for that. And
That's
so
hard.
yes, I can, I know that now.
Yeah.
And so
Say our kids don't get that.
yeah, so I think that really helped kind of like lay the foundation of my passion for health for me. But I decided to take a yoga class, and I was in a really kind of confusing place in my life at the time. And literally it was that yoga class that changed the entire trajectory of my professional life. And at that time, I was so enamored by this yoga class that I ended up going to do my teacher training. From there, I learned about an Eastern philosophy of medicine called Ayurveda. And then from there, I did a 200-hour practitioner course in Ayurveda because I was so into it. And then from there, I learned about holistic nutrition. And then I went back to school for holistic nutrition. And then when that was finished, I said, okay, corporate world, peace out. I'm out of here. And I started
You're
to
like
move forward.
Nora from HR out.
Out, exactly. And because I'm in HR, it's okay. I'm out. And so and then I ended up deciding to pursue my career, or my now self-employed career, in women's health. I'm extremely passionate about women's health overall, being a woman myself, and just really trying to understand our bodies and the different nuances that we go through, especially every month as our hormones change. And I think we can all attest to the energy fluctuations, the mood fluctuations, the food craving fluctuations, the sleep fluctuations. There are, we're not like our male counterparts where it's more of kind of like a flatline hormone throughout the day and throughout the month. We go through these cycles of ups and downs, and it can really take a toll on you as an individual, as a person. It affects your life, it affects your family, it affects your work. And so that was kind of the start of my career of being self-employed. And that was about 7 years ago. And then for me personally, I still don't have a family. That is something that I do want in my life. I want little babies running around, and I am in my later 30s already. So I knew that having a family for me was going to happen in my later 30s. And so I decided to put all my focus on how to help women preserve fertility naturally and optimize their fertility through nutrition and lifestyle factors. So it was a little bit of selfish at the beginning because this was something that I was doing for myself, knowing that I wanted to do the best that I could to preserve my fertility. And then I realized I'm not the only person in this situation. There are so many other people out there who are looking to do the same thing. And so I decided to just dive right in, and now this is what I do.
Wow.
Well, so let's talk about, what do you do nutrition wise to prepare yourself for pregnancy, and how I have so many questions. How early should you start? Because I do know that it takes at least 3 months for new eggs to generate in your body, right? So you need to do this for at least 3 months. But then what? Tell us.
Yes. I'll start with that piece. Exactly. So we have all women are born with their eggs, all of them. And as we age, naturally, those eggs start to deplete. Now, it does take, so these eggs, when we're born, they're in their primordial state, right? So they're just like little tiny, incy little baby things. And it takes 3 months for a primordial egg to mature and get to its fullest mature state before it can actually be fertilized by a sperm. So every single thing that you do in your life with regards to nutrition, lifestyle factors, stress management, all of it within those 3 months prior to actually conceiving is going to not only affect the chances of you getting pregnant, that you want that egg to be super healthy so it can be fertilized by that sperm. But it's also going to affect your chances of keeping that baby to term and then having a healthy baby after the baby is born. So it's the way that I like to tell my clients of the best way to think about this is think about your body as like this ecosystem. Okay. And this little tiny egg is a little tiny seed that needs to eventually sprout and grow. Right. And so you need to have your ecosystem, your body in your body's like the soil. So this seed can now grow. Your seed has to be nourished so well so that seed can take root and start to grow and be healthy and mature into a healthy plant / baby. So that's so 3 months prior is ideal to start thinking. However, if you have already general health problems and maybe you're dealing with some chronic health issues, I like to take at least a year before trying to get pregnant to clean up your health. Now, again, this is different for everybody. 3 months is the minimum at least. But then again, depending on the status of your health, right? Every individual is different. If you really have chronic health problems, then, we need to take the time to balance the hormones, to clean up the gut, and to get you, nice and healthy. So when the time comes, like Jaimie said, especially for this community has to go to the fertility clinic, it's a lot of money and this can get really expensive. And so it's ideal to optimize your chances by preparing and setting up the foundation, setting up the soil of your body so that when it's time for that egg to be fertilized, you know that you've got a much greater chance of it implanting successfully and then carrying that baby to term successfully.
So just a little backstory on me. I went through 2.5 years of infertility and was about to stop. And then I decided to give it one last push. I took a break. I bought this book. It was called It Starts with the Egg. Are you familiar with that book?
I am, yes.
And I did almost everything in that book. I took supplements. I got rid of all the plastics in my life. I stopped touching receipts.
Lots of know about that. Yeah, there's a lot BPA.
Yeah, on these receipts.
It's the same chemical that's in the plastics, BPA. It's on the receipt.
Right.
Yes.
So I stopped touching receipts and I started doing acupuncture. I did it for about 4 months, I think. And then I got pregnant on the second try, which is amazing and crazy after the journey I went through. But so I know about the supplements, and I've talked a lot about supplements and the acupuncture and things you can do to help yourself get pregnant. But what about nutrition? Because I didn't do anything with my nutrition except maybe cut back on my drinking a little bit.
Yes. That's always recommended. So there's a check mark for sure. Yeah. So there's a lot of answers to this question, but I'm going to try and be as succinct as I can. So throughout the years of me working in this field, I saw a lot of similar things, a lot of similar issues coming through with clients. And so what I've done over the years and through the years of my research and also working with clients, is I've come up with my own methodology that I call my 4 R's to getting pregnant. And this is related to nutrition and lifestyle, but for purposes of this conversation right now, we're going to keep it focused on nutrition. And this really helps people actually stay focused and understand, okay, what do I need to do with regards to nutrition? So I'll quickly run through these 4 R's with you because I think it will be helpful to understand. So each step compounds on each other. So the first R is remove. Okay, we want to remove any of the inflammatory toxic foods that we're putting into our system, right? Because we can't heal the body if we keep bombarding it with tons of toxic foods and foods that are inflaming our gut and that are keeping us kind of at this like chronic low-grade inflammation in our body. And so inflammatory toxic foods, I'm just going to throw this out to you, Jaimie or Robin. Give me a couple examples of what toxic foods might be, inflammatory foods.
Okay, let me think. Wait.
McDonald's.
Yes.
Alcohol.
Yes.
Coffee.
Caffeine, absolutely.
Caffeine.
Yep.
I would say highly processed foods. By the way, everyone, if you have thoughts, drop them in.
Drop them in.
But
yeah,
I would say
absolutely.
processed
hot, guys.
Don't, Jaimie. Deli meats, things of that nature.
Deli meats.
With lots of nitrates.
100%. Tuna, canned tuna.
Canned tuna, high in mercury. Yes.
Sugar.
Sugar. That's a big one. Sugar's everywhere. Sugar's in bread.
What is
Sugar's
left?
Sugar
What is
is
left,
the
ladies?
worst thing
Lettuce?
ever.
Lettuce? Am I eating lettuce?
I knew you were going to say that. That's in the second R, so I'll get there in 1 second. So yes, so the first R is
Tomatoes.
Sorry?
Are tomatoes inflammatory?
It depends. It depends on the individual. Tomatoes are known as a nightshade, so it depends. It depends. If you have arthritis and what about soy? Thank you. Gluten. Yes, everybody's getting it. So my 5 top inflammatory foods that I say to
Write them down, guys.
To completely cut out, I'd say reduce 80-20. It's all about 80-20, healthy balance. Okay. But gluten, soy, caffeine, alcohol, and sugar. And when I say sugar, this is all like the refined processed stuff. Now, there is lots of stuff left to eat. I promise. Look at Robin's face. I promise.
Is there? Nora, you took my drinks. You took my drinks. You took my sugar. You took all my things, Nora.
You took her soy.
Yes, I just want to say that I was drinking right up there, got pregnant. But I've got some lucky pipes, I think.
Robin's very fertile. I am not, apparently.
So, well, I want to mention one thing about soy. So unfermented soy is a no-no, and that's going to be tofu, and that's going to be like just regular soy sauce. If you want to have soy, you want to eat fermented soy. So tempeh. Tempeh is your best bet. If you're vegan or you're vegetarian, choose the tempeh over the tofu because it will do a number on your thyroid gland. So, and thyroid is a huge component. Yes.
How do you feel? I need to get my thyroid tested, I think. How do you feel about
Jaimie's the self-diagnoser, just FYI. She's had a lot of ailments in the last month. All of them, like sometimes she comes in with like hand things, and I'm like, did you just go buy that at the
problems with
and
my thumbs? Oh
yes,
my
she did.
God.
Arthritis?
No,
tomatoes. That's why tomatoes aren't good for you. Arthritis?
Oh.
Don't get into her. Please don't. Nora DeBora, do not encourage Jaimie. AJ just said, what's a good replacement for caffeine for energy? Is there anything that can give a similar energy?
Green tea. Yes, Jaimie's good. Matcha green tea is great. Green tea is essentially like like coffee without the jitters. So on a regular 1 cup of regular drip coffee is like about 150 milligrams of caffeine. In 1 cup of green tea, you get 35 milligrams of caffeine. Yes.
You know what's weird though, Nora DeBora? I get jittery from green tea. I can't drink green tea on an empty stomach. It makes me nauseous.
Any kind of caffeine on an empty stomach makes you nauseous and jittery.
But I can drink coffee on an empty stomach. No, I can drink coffee anytime.
That's because you're drunk, Jaimie. I
wonder if it's like the amino acid. There's an amino acid in there called L-theanine, which is actually supposed to be really good because it helps boost the dopamine neurotransmitter, which helps kind of calm you. But I wonder if there's something else in the green tea that's obviously making you nauseous. But yes, the great tip, Robin, I would say if you're like, okay, I need to drink coffee, like there's no way in heck I'm going to be able to do this without coffee. Eat first. Make sure you eat first because it's not going to have as a profound effect on your adrenal glands, on that cortisol that's going to shoot up. So eat first and then have your coffee. Do not have the coffee on an empty stomach. That is a great point, Robin. Thank you.
Thank you, Nora DeBora. Okay, what's your second R?
I have a question.
Yes.
Before we go to the second R. How do you feel about impossible meat?
Impossible meat? Maybe is it because I'm Canadian that I don't know what that is?
Impossible burgers.
Impossible burgers. It's the new vegan like fake meat. It's like ground.
It's like Beyond Burgers. Like Beyond Burgers.
It's like Beyond. I think. Okay, so if you look in there, I know I've looked at the Beyond Burger ingredient list, and a lot of it is just processed CREAP. So like there's a lot of processed soy, a lot of processed oils, inflammatory oils. I'd have to look at the label. So if you want, send me the picture. I'll write it down and you can post it in the group. I'm happy to give you my feedback on the nutrition label on that. But I would say
I'm not a big meat eater, so I'm always looking for alternatives, but I feel like they're always like full of stuff. So
yes, plant-based, lots of plant-based protein. Collagen powder is really good. Adding lots of collagen powder to your.
I just got collagen powder.
Marine collagen powder. Yeah, absolutely. Okay, I'm gonna go to my second R.
Go to your second R. She'll just keep going, Nora DeBora. You have to. You're gonna have to keep moving.
I recognize.
There's a lot we need to talk about here. Go ahead.
I know. No, people get really excited about the health stuff. Okay, second R. So after you've removed all the inflammatory toxic foods that are not serving your body at the moment when you want to try and conceive. The second R is then to replace. So you want to replace the foods that you're removing now with what I call nutrient-dense fertility foods. And there's 5 specific food groups that I would call that are really, really good for fertility, for boosting fertility. And the first one is, can you guess?
I'm just really excited to say something. Don't all of these kind of look like, I read somewhere that you should eat the foods that kind of look like the organ you're trying to support. Have you heard that before?
Yes, I have. You cut open a carrot and inside it looks like the eye because there's lots of vitamin A. You cut celery. What celery is really good for your bones and it looks like your femur bone. Yes. Yeah.
Look at that. I've got a lot of knowledge here. You never knew it.
You can join my team. Okay.
Okay. What are the 5 foods?
Yeah. So the 5 foods, dark leafy greens. So there you go, Robin. There's your greens. You've got lots of folate and lots of fiber. You need lots of fiber in your diet to move those bowels. We'll talk about bowels next. The second one is collagen and gelatin. Now, I know this might be challenging more for, again, the vegetarians and vegans, but collagen and gelatin is the building blocks to protein. And protein is the building blocks to life. So collagen and gelatin is best consumed either in the form of a supplement, the powder, but the best way to consume it is by making homemade broth. Homemade broth will boost your hormones 30% faster than lifestyle factors alone. So I have an amazing mushroom chicken broth recipe. I'd be more than happy to share it with you guys. So you can feel free to send that out as well. Yeah. So protein, so dark leafy greens, gelatin, and collagen from bone broth. Not the stuff you buy in the grocery store because it's the homemade stuff that you have to make. Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And then the third one is healthy fats and oils. So you really need to be mindful of the oils that you're consuming. If
like
you
McDonald's.
Exactly. There's a lot of what's called pro-inflammatory oils. So if you're eating a lot of boxed goods, canned foods, if you're eating a lot of refined goods, you're going to see safflower oil, canola oil, soy oil, palm oil. Those are a no. Yes, you need to have healthy fats and oils. Fats are the precursor to regulating our hormones. So fats are so important in the preconception diet. So if you're cooking at high heat, I would say, again, this is all recorded, so make your notes, but you can watch it again when you need to take more notes. But if you're cooking at high heat, avocado oil, coconut oil are the best. And if you're going to have like a salad, extra virgin olive oil, flax oil, and pumpkin seed oil. Yes.
Right there.
Yeah, healthy.
Actually, I didn't make that salad. I don't know what kind of oil they put in that dressing.
Oh, see, there you go.
Salad.
Probably canola oil.
Yeah,
I hope
it's
not.
definitely not EVO. It's not a good oil.
Because this is a vegan salad. I don't
know. You hold on to that, Jaimie. You hold on to that. Okay. So what's their third R?
So the third R, after you've replaced the nutrients, the third R is then to repair the gut. As a holistic nutritionist, I'm obsessed with gut health. And now there's tons of research out there showing how important gut health is, optimal gut health is for optimal health overall. And it goes hand in hand with conceiving and ensuring that you carry that baby to term. Because as a holistic nutritionist, we say, the statement is you are what you eat. Yes. Everybody knows that statement.
Yeah.
Okay. True. We look at that as an incomplete statement. You are not only what you eat, but you're also what your body digests, assimilates, and also what it excretes. Because if you're not going poop every single day, and I did just say poop, if you're not going poop every single day, at least twice a day, you're recirculating toxins in the body. Because if we think about it, we are like in our food, there's tons of bad bacteria, pathogens, microorganisms that our body needs to separate, like friend from foe. That's why we have a digestive system. And so if our digestive system is not working optimally, you could be eating the healthiest diet in the world. But if you can't assimilate your nutrients and if you're not pooping twice a day, then what's the point? Or not only what's the point, but there's definitely more improvement that you could do. So repair the gut by eating fermented foods. Are you familiar with fermented foods?
Like kimchi?
I was going to say, what's that horrible stuff that everyone drinks?
Kombucha.
Thank you.
Kombucha.
Yeah. My boss went on a big tear for that for a while, and I had to constantly have it in the refrigerator, and then it would explode if he didn't drink it fast enough because it's like live cultures. And
Yes.
it smelled like booze had spilled all over our private conference room.
I like both of those things. What are some more fermented foods that you would recommend? And also, I was always under the assumption that pooping more than once a day is a bad thing. So I've learned something.
No.
I thought I was. I'm good. I'm golden.
Sauerkraut. Thank you, AJ. Yes, sauerkraut is another one. So kimchi and sauerkraut.
I love
sauerkraut. You can tell that AJ's deep in the process of trying to have a baby right now, and we know this about AJ.
This great. And I'll also say, so fermented foods, kombucha, sauerkraut, kimchi. But I would also say you want to eat a lot of foods that are high in what's called L-glutamine. L-glutamine is what is an amino acid that heals the gut. And cabbage is amazing for L-glutamine. So if you can like stir fry up some cabbage, make a cabbage stew. Cabbage is amazing.
I love me some cabbage. I love me some cabbage.
You do?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I love a good coleslaw, but that's like because it's slathered in mayo. But I like regular coleslaw too.
Can't do that. But what about supplements for the gut? Do you recommend supplements for the gut?
Yeah, I recommend probiotics. So you can also take L-glutamine in a supplement form. I love I'm a practitioner, so I have a relationship with a couple really top end, like very research based brands. And so that's what I use. And the best one that I love is Genestra. It's called Genestra HMF Intensive. It's 25 billion colony forming units, which is a good kind of therapeutic dose for the gut.
And can you take that like just on the regular? Like I'm not trying to get pregnant, but I want my gut to be healthy.
Yes, it's great, really good for overall. You just take it for breakfast or you take it with dinner. But the one other thing that I do want to mention that you wouldn't probably think about repairing the gut is drinking enough water, because your poop, your poop, when you go to the bathroom and you have a bowel movement, that is fiber, toxins. The stinky stuff is toxins and bacteria and water. So if you do not have enough water, that's going to back you up. So you'd be so surprised to know and see how little people drink water throughout the day. Yeah. And that alone can drastically improve your health. So sometimes just putting a reminder on your phone, drink more water. So water's a big one. Yeah. And then
I definitely drink more water when I'm out and about in my day than I do when I'm at home.
Sitting at
I'm the opposite. I have how do you feel on seltzer versus regular tap? Jaimie, is your name Nora DeBora? No, it is not. Let her respond, please.
What was the question? What was the question? Something about
seltzer versus tap or flat.
As long as you're not having a lot of like indigestion and burping and bloating, then you'd be okay. But I actually always recommend bubble water is okay. So bubbly water, that's the same as kind of like
Jaimie's mom
water.
Asking if
that's what my mom. That's what my mom calls seltzer, bubble water.
Yeah, and we call it a sparkling water here in Canada. So we don't. I was like, what is she talking about?
Only Jaimie's mom calls it that. So
in regards to what you only my mom and my dad and me. But in regards to like the burping and all of that, like if you have a lot of acid reflux that happens, maybe it's not a good idea that you only drink bubble water. Am I correct in that assumption?
Yes, absolutely.
That, Mom?
That was a private comment for Sue Kelton. All right, moving along. Okay. We're at 4R.
The final fourth R. So we have remove, replace, repair, and then the last thing you want to do now. It's all about the hormones. Okay, we need to have healthy, balanced hormones, right? Because if we have balanced hormones, then we ovulate. We need to ovulate in order to get pregnant. And we want that ovulation to be like supercharged, and we want that egg to be supercharged and super healthy. So the last R is rebalance. Rebalance your hormones by eating for your menstrual cycle. So so if anybody is interested, you can go to www.naturallynora.ca/eat. And I have a guide that you just have to like put in your email, and then you'll get in your email a guide on how to eat for your menstrual cycle. And I also include recipes in there on what to eat week by week, because as I was mentioning at the beginning, and as we all know, as you know, being in a female body, is that the hormones are fluctuating each week of the month. And when the hormones are fluctuating, when estrogen is high and progesterone is low, this actually is going to deplete some nutrients in the body. So we have different nutritional needs at different weeks of our cycle. So
it's funny that you say that, because like I feel like I know right before I'm going to get my period, I crave different foods and I feel different. Like, and so it's connected to that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
But aren't a lot of these things also like eat like pumpkin seeds and things like that?
Am I wrong? You're talking about something called seed cycling. So you're right. Yeah, you're talking about something called seed cycling. In order, again, because naturally in the first, when we first get our period, our hormones are flatline. And then in the second week of the cycle, estrogen starts to rise. As estrogen starts to rise, there's two particular seeds that support the rising of estrogen, which is flax seed and sesame seed. And so those, flax and sunflower. Flax and sunflower seeds help support estrogen. And then that's in your follicular phase of the cycle, the first phase. And then after you ovulate, the next 2 weeks before you get your period is what's called the luteal phase. And then there, estrogen starts to drop and progesterone starts to rise. So in order to support that hormonal rhythm of the body, there's specific seeds that help with the production of progesterone. So the second phase is all about pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds.
Oh my God,
I did this
so much.
I did this for a month and a half. I did it. There's a company that actually like grounds the seeds for you and just gives them to you in this little bucket, and then you have to add it to your smoothies.
That's when you were trying, Jaimie, when you were having difficulties?
No, this is when I suffer from terrible, terrible cramps. This was recently. I was trying to get rid of my cramps, and so I thought, well, let me give this seed thing a try. It did not work for my cramps in the month and a half that I tried it, but I'm sure there's something to it.
Nora,
no.
Yes. Go ahead. You go ahead.
No. That I was just going to say. So in the fourth R, it's replaced, and within each week there's specific nutrients that should be consumed. So without boring you for the next 20 minutes and giving you all the details, I was going to mention that I have this guide, naturallynora.ca/eat. Including recipes that will teach you what's going on in your body each week of the cycle, where your hormones are at, and then what nutrients you should be focusing on. And then I provide you recipes with that as well to help kind of get that going.
That's awesome. Amazing. Can you give us an example of like what one of the nutrients might be? Just because I don't know.
Yes, absolutely. So in the second week, let's think about the second week of the cycle when your ovaries are running a marathon until they need to ovulate. Okay, that second week of the cycle, the process of ovulation is actually an inflammatory process to the body. So, like, not in a terribly detrimental way, but internally there's so much going on for the body to kind of prepare for ovulation. So that being said, in that second week of the cycle, it's really good to eat a lot of anti-inflammatory foods just to kind of lower the amount of inflammation that is happening. So everything from, again, like dark leafy greens, citrus fruits are really good at that time. Nutritional yeast, because nutritional yeast is high in B vitamins, and B vitamins during that time of preparing for ovulation also starts to kind of decline and decrease in the body. So for instance, that could be an example of just making sure you're really getting in those anti-inflammatory foods in that second week of the cycle. And the third week, I would say this is a really interesting one as well, because maybe as I say this, you'll have some personal, like, oh, maybe that happens to me. But as we pass ovulation and move into the luteal phase of the cycle, and as progesterone starts to rise, naturally that's going to constipate us. Naturally, that slows down our bowel movements because our body thinks we may be pregnant, because we are always in a semi-continuous state of pregnancy every single month. That is just the way we have evolved, and that's how we are biologically made. And so the body wants to pull in as much nutrients as it can to prepare the body for a baby, so it slows down your bowel movements. So that will also spike your sugar cravings. And so you eat, for instance, in the third week of your cycle, a lot more fiber-rich foods. So maybe like you're having overnight oats for breakfast every single morning. And again, like you could eat all these things throughout the entire month, but if you really want to get like really specific, and again, this is all about optimizing fertility by balancing your hormones. So these are just little kind of tidbits of information as to how the body changes and how you can support it with the food that you eat.
I feel like you would need to show up to my house and do this for me, because I don't know that I could manage this. Is there a Naturally Nora app that would tell me what I need to eat when? I don't know that I could handle this level of, I'm eating ground nuts on this Tuesday.
It's a lot. It is.
This is, by the way, because I got pregnant very easily. So I think that makes it like, oh, you know what I mean? But so I don't want to.
But also just for optimum health for you. You know, I think you need to go to her website and download these recipes and start making some of them.
Yeah, and to be honest, like Robin, that's like, you're talking to me. You're absolutely right, Robin. There's so much information and there's a lot to do. So it can get very, very overwhelming. It took me many years to do this myself, understand it, and then now be able to teach other people how to do this. So this is how I work with my clients. I work with my clients in like a very slow baby step-by-step process that allows my clients to really be able to pace themselves and to implement steps one at a time, so that, because right now, like, trying to conceive is a stressful process in and of itself. Right now, all of a sudden, Nora's telling you to do this. You're like, oh my God, my brain's going to explode. So, yeah,
especially when you're stressed about getting pregnant.
These pumpkin seeds because of Nora DeBora.
So
Helen.
What's that?
We have an imaginary producer named Helen. I was just channeling her. Don't worry. Just keep going, Nora.
Yeah. So I have a 12-week program. It's called Holistic Pregnancy Prep. And this is what this 12 weeks, because I say, like, we talked about this at the beginning, Jaimie, the 3 months, right? We want to have I like to take the 3 months to help kind of prime the body for pregnancy. That is the ideal. And within my program, I have kind of 3 different pillars. And the pillars are nutrition. So this is where you learn all about the nutrition stuff. Then you have mindset, because Jaimie, as you know as well, or Robin, I'm sure everybody can attest to it. I mean, mindset overall in life is important to have. Yes. And then also when you're trying to conceive, right? Like it's huge. So I really help clients work through, teach them about breathing techniques and meditation and journaling and affirmation to help kind of bring their nervous system from here to here so that they can move through this process a little bit more gracefully. And then the last piece is the fitness component. As a personal trainer and a yoga instructor as well, you not only can eat for your cycle, but you can also exercise for your cycle. So there's certain exercises to do within each week, again, to optimize the hormones based on where the hormones are. Because we all know in PMS week of the cycle, at least for me and a lot of people that I know, I don't want to go do a HIIT class because I'm exhausted. My joints are achy. I'm tired, So there's a lot of there's different ways to optimize your health and hormones by also moving for your menstrual cycle. So within the 12-week program, I cover all of this in a very paced out way so that these habits eventually they stick, right? You learn, I teach, I educate and empower you, and then you build the habits into your lifestyle. And now you've set yourself up to not only then have an easier pregnancy, but also have an easier postpartum and bounce back after the fact. Because we all know when you get pregnant in the first trimester too, some people are so sick, they don't even want to eat the good food. So you got to get in those foods, healthy foods, boost up all your nutrient stores beforehand. Because if you're one of my clients, she said to me, Nora, I'm eating like a 12-year-old boy and there's nothing that's going to stop me from doing this. All she wanted was her Doritos, her pizza, her pop. She's like, I just can't, like, no matter what you tell me, I'm only going to eat this because this is what my body is craving.
Yeah. But all I could eat in pregnancy was cereal. That's
egg
it.
Noodles.
I ate so much cereal.
And what did you say, Robin? McDonald's?
No, I wish. Egg noodles.
Egg noodles.
I wanted just high protein. Egg noodles and pasta. That was it.
So
I wanted pasta with butter, and that was it. Everything else, I was like, no,
right?
thank you. And I'm an eater. I was like, no, thank you.
Everything tasted gross.
Well, Nora DeBora, this was so fabulous. And I think I make a lot of jokes about the booze and the McDonald's, but I do actually think, our community often feels like it's all so out of our control. We're offering something that people can do, that they can take part in, that they can do to try to increase chances and make things easier. So I think I'm so glad you reached out to us. This is wonderful.
Yeah, it's stuff like this. This is literally the reason we created this, because
Yes.
when I was going through that infertility, I felt so alone and there was no help. I didn't know where to get the help. So, this is really wonderful. We're so glad you came on, and I'm sure you've already helped so many people listening, and I'm sure you'll help some more. So,
And tell everybody one more time where they can get you. And of course, we'll put this in
Yes.
the details, but tell everybody one more time.
Yeah, so my website is www.naturallynora.ca. So CA, not .com, because I am from Canada. But if you want to get that guide, just do .ca//eat. And you can also find me on Instagram at naturally_Nora. I've got lots of great tips on Instagram. I do lots of posts every week, and I'm actually going to be running a free webinar in the coming weeks about how to eat to balance your hormones, specifically talking about that last R, the rebalance. So find me on Instagram. Go ahead and subscribe to my community by getting your guide. And I'm always connecting with my community. So lots of great free tips for you. And just find me, email me, DM me. As you know, I love to empower people. So I want to help
you're a great resource.
as I can. Yeah.
And I would imagine that this is also, you can also help women or folks who have just given birth as well, to get their bodies back
Postpartum, yep.
to normal, or to help the newborn and help themselves postpartum, all that stuff, right?
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me on. This is great. You both are awesome. It's really nice to kind of banter and be here with you. I love your personality.
It's never a straight line, Nora DeBora.
No, it is not. And you're now part of our community, Nora DeBora. So we welcome you. Thank you so much.
And you will forever be called Nora DeBora.
You're not the only. Everybody, not everybody. Majority of people actually say that. So I love it. I'm not offended at all.
We love it. We got a name like that.
Times, so we're glad you're not offended. Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
not at all.
Thank you.
Listen, we only do that with celebrity. We only do that with celebrities like Judy fucking Gold. We give them their special names.
That is true. That is
Nora
true.
DeBora has a special name.
All right, Jaimie, let's reiterate about ovaries and eggs nugs. Next Thursday.
Next Thursday night, we're not having our normal live stream time at 4 p.m. It's basically being moved to what time?
7 p.m. Eastern.
7 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to try to come to my transformation center for it if I can get away. And it's going to be fun. We're going to have eggs nog.
We're going to have eggs nogs. We're going to be chatting. We're going to be telling holiday talks, and it's going to be a fundraiser for the Trevor Project, which you don't have to do. It's a voluntary if you want to give a little bucks. Oh my God, there's some kind of very serious siren action happening outside my apartment. I apologize.
You're acting like that's different than every single time
this one's really bad. I know this one's really bad. But anyway, so it's going to be really fun. It's going to be our Jaimie and Robin holiday party and also Jamie's birthday party. So next Thursday, week from today, 7 p.m. Eastern, and be on the lookout for a Facebook event, and it'll be in our social over the next week. I loved next
holidays. This was great. This was really wonderful.
Don't forget to rate and review our book on the Amazon, on the Google, on the Goodreads, on the Google. Rate and review our podcast. Rate and review Robin and Jaimie anywhere you can.
Anywhere you can, but only if it's good, please.
I mean, obviously, I feel like that's implied, but
Yeah, but you never know. Wait, there was one. Oh, we won an award.
Oh, we won an award.
No, it's not. Oh, we won an award.
I told somebody about winning the award today, and I couldn't remember the name of the award. I was like, "What?"
Alternative. It's
Choice Awards.
Alternate choice
awards. And thank you everyone for voting. We know that all you people voted for us, so we really, really, really appreciate it.
Robin hates when I do prayer hands, so I'm doing.
I do hate the prayer hands.
Namaste.
Wait. We did have one thing, and this is me doing before I was going to do goodbye, but this is me doing a Jaimie.
Pulling a Jaimie.
You were supposed to watch Virgin River, and we were both supposed to wear pants. How did it go?
Did you? Wait, you were supposed to watch something too. I like how you just omitted that little thing.
I did not watch Hollywood. I was supposed to watch Hollywood. I forgot. Until this morning. You did?
I watched one episode of your Virgin River, and no, I am not into it. I don't know what you see in this show.
Greatest show ever.
No, first of all, it's so heteronormative. It's so like
so bad. So bad. I love
it. The romance budding and the poor woman on the side. Like, I don't know. I don't know
all
what
of
you see in it.
All of it. Okay,
I watched the whole first episode, and both Ann and I said, nah, but you need to watch Hollywood now, because I did my end of the bargain.
I will watch Hollywood this weekend. I also did not wear pants. I am in sweatpants today.
Boom. Damn.
I really dropped the ball across the board. Apologies. All right. I'm impressed with you. All right, let's say goodbye, Jaimie. We're at 50 minutes, for God's sake. Nobody needs this much Jaimie and Robin.
Nobody cares. Nobody
cares, Jaimie. All right.
The show that nobody asked for. Ovaries. I'm trying to think of another topic, but you're going to cut me off. I know it. Out.